should all be very careful about the conclusions that we come to in our head about what problems exist in the world and why. I'm done with sitting with people for hours talking about why or why not an idea would work or trying to lay out a schematic. You see, by using common sense, you may very well convince yourself out of an opportunity to create a great product. And on the flip side of that, you could lead yourself and your team towards working at a solution that barely affects people and come up with this magic product that fails because of this same common sense. Most of what we know is based on a foundation of faulty presumptions. It's what we do best to make sense of the world around us, but at the same time, it can crush beautiful ideas. The greatest businesses make no sense at all from the get-go. You have to use imagination to create reason. When Einstein came up with the theory of relativity, he didn't sit around and think about the reason that already existed. He just imagined what a beam of light going through the universe would look like and built off of that foundation. This is actually very similar to what you should do when you're trying to create a great business. You shouldn't think about what other great businesses have already done. You should just build your business on the foundation of the problem or the need you're trying to solve. What would it look like if we created something that really did help people do X or Y in the best way? And a lot of what I see people do, especially peers my age, are try to solve problems based on the experiences that they already know. And this is death by rationalization. In spite of so many business leaders who say all business is common sense, the success formula to business doesn't exist. It's not a thing. And this is a humbling but mostly liberating idea. Great businesses are created from uncommon insights. I wonder sometimes of all the possibly amazing ideas that could have been created, but that weren't because a bunch of people sat around and convinced themselves of how dumb or weird the idea sounded. When Airbnb was first started, do you think they sat around and said, oh yeah, it would be really dumb to just sleep on some random person's couch and turn that into a business? All of these new tech companies sound kind of dumb from the get-go. I'm guilty of this too. I know a lot of startup ideas that I either pursued slightly or not enough, not nearly enough to find out if they were actually a good idea, because the people I was working with would run into a couple obstacles and then use logic and reason to convince ourselves that the business was a dumb idea. This is what you don't want to do. But don't get me wrong, killing ideas is important, especially in a startup. You should actually be harsh about killing ideas in the interest of prioritization. But we should be free to and encouraged to test as many of the what seem like irrational ideas as the rational ones. Do you see what I'm saying? As long as you understand the problem well, as long as you understand what it is you're truly trying to solve, create the solution that feels right. And try not to contemplate too hard or too long on the merit of the solution before you've even gotten it out to people. Because I'm honestly tired of a lot of people saying, oh, this won't work or that won't work for X, Y, and Z reason. Why? The world does have a lot of problems, but we have the ability within ourselves to solve these problems and increase the quality of our collective lives. So go do it. Solve the world's dumbass problems. Alright guys, signing out.